Hello everyone, today in this video we will fight against the advanced character of our world around us, and this time we will discuss about the really hopeless case of parliamentary elections, not only the upcoming ones but also some recent ones. As example, I can give you the best now and the most explicit example is United Kingdom, in which Conservative Party, in the name only now, because since especially Mr. Cameron, when he was a prime minister, Conservative Party became less and less conservative because it followed completely left agenda, especially with respect to the social issues. And nowadays, under the current prime minister of Indian origin, Conservative Party underwent complete lack of trust of the voters, compromission, and according to the recent polls before the elections, British society will behave like a wife of the drunken man, that despite the fact they were mistreated by the Labour Party members in the previous governments, they will seemingly choose them again and give them power in upcoming elections this year. All parliamentary elections more or less looks alike in many countries around the world, like in Poland. Now we see old forces also came to power after 8 years, but 8 years ago they lost the power. Now a little bit 9 years ago, almost 9, they lost the power because society felt mistreated by them, but now they were elected again. Of course, elected by the population, if we assume that the votes that people who participate in elections give are calculated honestly. I always have doubts because you have millions of votes in so many places. I always have doubts if these votes are calculated honestly, and there are so many interests always, regional and global, that can easily alter the election results. But okay, this is for a different discussion. And now we see that voters in democratic parliamentarian systems seemingly behave like a wife of a drunken man, that after being mistreated and beaten, after some time she comes back to her husband, who beats her again and again and again. This is one of the many reasons why I was never a fan of parliamentarian democratic system, because very quickly one reaches the situation in which people, even if they are willing to vote and would like to, they have no one to vote to and no one to support, because all of the available parties that have real chances to form the government are already proven to be as horrible as possible, to be as incompetent as possible. And this also shows us what we can experience, as I gave you the example of Great Britain and Poland. Parties that mistreated people, disappointed voters some years ago, now will come back after their successors proved to be equally or even more, if possible, incompetent than they were. But we shouldn't think that after 4 or 8 years of break and being in power, these parties would improve. The ones who are about to come, for instance, in United Kingdom, simply they will be equally or even more incompetent than they were in time, because it rarely happens that democratic politician works to improve him or herself, to become better version of him or herself. They simply try to win the elections, gain the power for a few years and fill their pockets. So this is another point against the parliamentarian system. So here we see that the typical electorate, voters who vote for this or that party are nothing more than equivalent of the wife of drunken man who, after being mistreated and beaten, comes back to the same solution, to the same people, to rule them and rob their pockets again and intervene into their private life again and try to, in quotation, educate their children to make deviants out of them and make corporations and big pharma earn money on them, telling them that they need this and that surgery or this and that treatment to be better, to be more modern. Looking at all of these things, I see that all of the societies who fall into this mad circle of parliamentarism are heading towards the collapse quite fast. And if nothing changes, they will achieve it and will have to start from the beginning, or simply they will be replaced by different nations which will not make the same mistake and not introduce this political system called democracy to destroy themselves. All the best, have a nice day, bye.